Hi, welcome back to tutorial series. We call it to the car. Today we make the radio. So we start. We have here these buttons. I make a screencast keys on. Okay. Add curve circle. Sorry, mesh circle. Okay. We need only 24. Rotate x 90 degrees. Scale up. Grab him to the rest. Make it same size. You don't see it, but I know how it looks because I repaired such cars, so I know how they look. Extrude scale and this. Then we go to the middle. Then we drag out with extrusion. Then we build an extrude bigger part, such like that. Then we extrude and scale it for last time. Sorry. Let's go one back, extrude, go up, and extrude, go to rest. Okay. So we need to round up this part here, so we mark that loop. And with Control B, we can bevel them. Control B, and then you can roll up here to get something round. Same we make here. Control B, and bevel a little. Good. We need to close that inside with F. That's clear. Then we smooth them, and we have our first button there. With Shift D, we make a copy of them, bring them by. Okay, good. Now we make this other things there. That means we add mesh circle 24. Okay, rotate X 90 like ever. Then we scale it down to the size. Then we delete all that we don't need. So that is enough. Then we copy them, but I must look, that is one too much. Okay, so that is good. Front view, Shift D to duplicate, bring them to the back, rotate Z 180, then mark all with A, Shift D to duplicate, rotate X 180 to flip them around, rotate X 180. So then we close our object with F, click two words, F to close. So we have that. We close it for the first time. Then we can take that for this inner part too. So make a copy of that, Shift D, and bring it here. Make it a little bit smaller, such like that. Then we mark the back part and bring them to this end, and the rest a little up, and we have that. Good. We bring them both at the other side. We can separate them with in edit mode, mark all P selection. Now it is a single object. Pivot point is wrong. You can make it here to geometry. Then the middle point is correct. Good. We have here the same as the last time. We must make this text and numbers and all. So we add text, then comes that, rotate x 90 degrees, scale up, and you can type normally. We need an M, so we make M. Look that it is similar to that, nearly. Okay, Shift D to duplicate, we need U, so we delete that and type a U. You can type in there when you press tab key on your keyboard, then you can type in there. So Shift D, tier tab, delete that, type in those 6. Wonderful. So we make it now with all these numbers. Oh, that was wrong. Sorry, that was out the wrong. That is the right. Okay. 16. Shift D. Tab. 88. Oh, 6. Here, the 100. Oh, what is that? So, and 104 is the last. Jesse there. I don't understand that part. Okay, if you like that, you should do that. 104. That is okay. So now we see these buttons here. So we add mesh cube. It's the size that we have there. Nope, we scale it in a set a little like that is. Then I think from the deepness, again a little in the wire. Then it must be on the bottom brighter than at the start. So we mark the backside and scale them up. And all must be rounded, so we can mark all, Control B, and bevel it. So we have that. We have now the problems with the back. We delete these faces there, but it's not the problem. So we have now that. Yeah, it's perfect perspectivic view from there. It's logical that it looks like this. Then we smooth them. We make a copy of them with Shift D. Then we need this inside stuff there. So we go in and make there a loop down there. And here in the middle too. So roll the middle mouse button to get 2. Then left click to accept, right click to get out, then scale X to move them along. Okay, then we need here the end for this stuff, so we make here a loop for the end. Good. And now we can get these faces that we want to input. So escape, scale down. Okay. Scale it in the X to make it sharp. Okay. Yeah, we have it. That can be flat, I think. Yes, that too, flat. So we only have this this roundness, and that has shading errors because we changed from the one topology to the other topology, and that makes all the shit. We know that all. So we make loops there, and then this is gone. Good. One we can make here at the top too, and one at the bottom too, and all should be fine. And it is fine. So that is one that we need. The other we put away one time. Then we have this straight parts there. So we add mesh, plane, rotate x 90 degrees, scale in the x. Grab them, position them, scale a little. That we have. We take the same one, Shift D, rotate Y 90 degrees, scale them in the set to the size that the other there have. Okay, with Shift D, we make now all of them. Edit mode, we get the back side. We go to word selection, better. Then we go here and the origin to the object, Shift D. The same, Shift D, go down. Shift D, we go here, edit mode, make them longer. Shift D, make them shorter, and so on. You understand what I mean, I think. So I don't must talk now much. I make that. You can make it. Nothing special. Okay. So I must look. So we make that background pick a little bit away. So we see that only that fails is this one here. So I make them fast with the Shift D. So I think we have all these tricks. So is there? Yes, good. Wonderful. So this is a cutted picture in real that has round edges. So we get Shift D, that here, and we take that for this radio. Scale a little, scale it in the origin correctly, scale and set, grabbing, scale set, and get them away. File save to be sure. We have this M, we have this U. We make a copy of them, Shift D, and here a Shift D2 to the U. There we make a copy 2, and once again, and once again. Good. Now we must clear what is what. So we make here the materials. We need this material, so we make new. We call it black plastic radio 1 because we have two blacks there later. So we make here black background. Then you see there are some stuff in there, so we must tweak our material that we do in the node editor here. We have only a diffuse material in the moment, but we need this. So that means we must mix something, and we need these details there. These details will come from internal Blender textures. One of them is noise texture, and that makes such like that. Then we need a mixer that makes um, two shaders together, and we can take the noise as a factor for that. So you only now you see a little, but we need another color to mix to that. We can now take here another color, or we take directly a glossy, so that you see that is this glowing effect there. So yeah, we go here and give them a glossy, but in white, and a black diffuse material, black, and I think we should change them from position. We go here and here. The roughness of glossy isn't 0 because that is no class. You see it here, that looks like class, that not. So we need roughness there. And we need a much finer detailed size. So we go here to the noise texture and give them a scale of 20 or 30. You see, it's much better, but not enough. So 100, nearly, but not really. So 400, well, maybe too much. We make 300, I think. 300 is good. It is too gray. You see that? That's because of this mixing method. And because we are not in 3D in the moment, so when we get this factor as a displacement, you will see it comes more out and we get more this effect. You can handle that with a math notifier. So add convert math. That's a math notifier. We make them between the noise texture and the displacement. And there we have many options to take that. We can multiply them, we can subtract them, add, and so on. We let it like it is in a moment, but make that here a little bit lower. So with 0.3 or something, that could be good. You see, we have more this effect, but this glossy shader don't do in the moment what he should. Yeah, it's too gray. So that lights it up too much. So we go a little bit darker. And we see it have directly effect. And when we go here deeper too, then it's too. We must make the rest with the light of the scene. There we can handle the last parts, and I think it is a little too much there. So we make 250. Yeah, can be more like that. Okay, material mode. We have that because that what you see is the light effect on this material. We have a material when the light comes from the right side, like it here is, then you will see that glossy effect that we have here. Yeah. Okay, we need the other black. We have that black. We now need that black. So we make other black material. I think that one here. Make the origin to geometry in the middle. New material. Call it black plastic radio 2. So it is a black material also, but it isn't rough like the other one. So we need another glossy effect and no of this noise. You can make there, but then they must very, very fine. So we get a mix shader, we get a glossy shader, shader, glossy, and this gloss is not like that because we have now 50-50 here, and we have here a roughness that when we make them back, you see it is like metal or something else, yeah. And when we now go more to the left or more to the right means we see only glossy, more to the left we only see diffuse. That is a mix shader, so we can mix now that together to get this effect that we want to have. We go a little up, but I think that is nearly good. Okay, we see there is a line, so we take this whole one, extrude scale, and then we bring this whole thing with extrude outside. Then we have that. I see we must scale it a little in the X. So we mark the inner scene and scale it to the X. That we have the same size at the top and at the down part. Good. We have that. File save. Then this frontier is only a plastic, but a transparent plastic. So we go here, make a new material, call it uh, transparent plastic radio. Okay, so we get here not on diffuse shader. We need here transparent shader. That is without roughness. That is too sharp. There is nothing there. So we mix that with a glossy shader. So we take here a glossy shader too, and think on this roughness every time. And we need a mix shader to mix that together. So we plug in the glossy and let's mix 50-50. We don't need 50-50, we need a little sparkling effect uh, from the glossy shader, and it should be nearly zero so that we have a sharp glossy effect on that. Maybe you can tweak a little bit. Yeah, there's no problem. So, okay. Then we have this buttons here that is the same material I think as this one. It isn't normally an other material. It is a little bit. It is an other black. Okay, we try to make such a black. Good. So we call it black plastic radio 3 button. What a name. Wow. Give them black, but a lighter black. Okay, it needs a glossy, we see that, but no sharp glossy, other glossy, so we take a shader with a mix shader, and we need glossy shader, and this needs a rough stuff. That is too much, so we must go more to the black, that the black comes more through that. This can be darker. You don't see it now in the right light, and so from that you don't see like it really looks later. It looks later other, but we can tweak that later on. So we must go here a little bit back. We don't need as much. That is nearly that. Okay, we'll let it like it is in the moment. And it needs a little, I've seen that, a little roughness. So we can take here a noise to add texture and noise texture and a factor to the factor. And you see, he tries it directly. And we need much of them, so 1,000 thing can be good. Uh, Maybe a little bit too much. I try it with 600. Oh, nearly, nearly. Good. We let it like it is in the moment, and then we will see that later what happens then. Yeah. Good. We give them the same material that was black. Black plastic radio tree button. Wow, what a name. I never forget it in my life. So we can make that here a little bit darker. Okay, so we have that all. Good. We have this transparent thing, we have the numbers, we have this things here, or we can double them here. That is the same material as this one that called plastic 2. So we give them the same material, black plastic 2. Then we hit Shift D, we make a copy of them all. Shift D, Shift D. You can make also an array like you would. Many ways, go to room. Good. Then we take this ABC there, this letters, this things there, and put it in front. Oh, where is the M? It's gone. Lost. Lost in space. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is so. Oh, here is new. So we got that. But it must be a yellow later. This we make a copy of that one. Ready to go. Okay. So good. We need this yellow there for the U here. So new, make yellow, yellow plastic radio. Okay, we take here the pipette. I told you that sometimes before. You can get here the original color of them. So we give them the yellow plastic radio. Now we have that. We see here this little LED. So we make an LED, add mesh sphere. Uh, 16 is enough, I think. Scale down, get out, delete the background of the sphere. We only need the front. So we go to this word selection with border selection. We can then delete that all. Okay, so we have that. We mark that back side and extrude it one time and give them a smooth. Then we have there this yellow too. So material is yellow plastic. Okay, we have that. Now we need this red here for this guy. So new material, call red plastic radio. Good. We take the pipette again, type there, and we have the same color. Good. So I think we are nearly done, but we need this here. That is for the boxes on the right side or left side in auto or back or front boxes to listen at them. So we make here a fast thing, a sphere, scale it in and cube, and scale it in X and scale it in Y, and we go in edit mode, make a loop, Control R, and get them here, and then we plug them out, and at the end one extrude, and then we have that thing. If you want, you can make their subsurface on with a level 2 and sharpen them up with making here a loop, there a loop, and this whole shit there, if you like that. I don't like it. So we have that. Smooth them. Now we have this shit there. We make a little in the X and maybe a little bit this part here, the loop here, this one. We can drag them before. So you see we have more this looking stuff there. Good. From here is okay. You can tweak them as long as you want. Uh, I take the same material as this one. That means this, and the name was a 2, I think. Yeah, it was a 2, so we give them here black plastic 2. Wonderful. We done that. Now we bring them all together. That means put all this stuff there where it should be later. Good. This one must be surely on this thing there. Of course, that runs that. We see we have here the this one. So we must join much and then look that we are at the same level. We bring them a little bit up that we don't need. We move them to the second layer like ever. Good. That isn't transparent because we don't see that in a moment, but later we see that. Okay. We go to top view. There we have the best view, and we bring them all to the line up with the buttons there, the little buttons. Good. This here must be inside. Then we see this here must be outside, the last before outside, so that means here. And then this whole thing here, I try to get the lines separate. Yes, good. So we take this here all that are all numbers in the shit. We go to W and scale them to the Y0. So they're all at one stage. File, save. There must be short behind that transparent things there. So we go in top view and place them behind them. And at the last, we have the black thing there. Don't go too near, but near enough. And with the back, chew. So we have that. Make it save. Now we render our time, and we see we have it nearly, but not really. That means we grab that in the set and bring them to that position there. Good. You see we have much roughness there, and here it isn't black enough, so we can handle that and make it darker like you would. Um, this one here is because my rendering is not that high. I have 50. When you take 1000 or something else, then you will have a good render result of that. Yeah. Good. So that was it with the radio. Thank you for watching and see us in the next tutorial. So bye.